Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title says, Beyond the Gates is the worst soap opera I ever watched in my goddamn life, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about all the other soap operas. You know how we do. Let's just sit there and get in the roll call and get this started. But, yeah, in case y'all do not take anything else away, like I said, Beyond the Gates is the worst fucking soap opera I've ever sat there and watched in my entire goddamn life. It makes Bold and the Beautiful look like a goddamn masterpiece. Okay, Ryan's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Oh, okay, all right. Thank you, LaShawn. LaShawn. LaShawn's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Sean is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of the South is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Tanya is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Jay Man, I think I saw hi to you. 179 is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ronnie Rhymes in the chat. How you doing tonight? Jonathan, aka the Michael Bourne from my Victor Newman, is in the chat tonight. Amy H is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Jay Blue's in the chat. How you doing tonight? I'm doing good. Queen, how you doing? And Johnson says, welcome to the Soul Chat without Bostic. Thank you, Jonathan. Oh, it came back. It was that was last week, Ryan. So I'm still getting to the comments. So if it lets me, what are the things you hate about today's episode? They turned Eva annoying, and Eva became annoying. They made Eva fucking annoying, and Leslie tried to use the goddamn race card. And I think at that point, I just said, "Fuck it." And by when I sit there and say "fuck it," I mean like I'm still gonna watch it and we'll talk about it. But it's making Bold and the Beautiful look like a goddamn masterpiece. Holy shit. Dolomitics, what on a planet where 2025 Beyond the Gates, Bold and the Beautiful exists, Thomas once tried to bang a dog. That is awesome. That's true. He did. He did. Not saying something. Now listen to something else. So show is fucking garbage. When 50% of the goddamn actors are pulling their weight, you know this damn problem. Sorry, I just came in the chat. How you doing tonight? Well, how you doing tonight, Ryan? How is everyone doing? I didn't get a chance to watch. I didn't get a chance to do a review on Days of Our Lives, and I think we're gonna have to do something about the schedule. Like Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm gonna be off, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I will sit there and stream because I really wanted to do. 1 second. I had to, Sean. I had to do it. I had to do it. We want. It's a terrible show. I would not recommend it to anyone. Um, Ron says, as much as I don't like Stephanie, she was right to say to EJ about naming the hospital something else. Why was that? Um, where's my music at? Did you see? No, I didn't. No, where am I at? I think, I think, I think Jeremy killed his own daughter. I think that's what happened to that. I think Jeremy actually killed his own goddamn daughter. That's what I'm at. Oh no, it's fine, right? I wasn't. Yeah, I know how you are with you. Johnson says I mentioned now what I mentioned to you on Sunday, Albert. How would you feel if Avery? Oh, thank you. Yes. So Jonathan actually had something really good today. Snubbing. I'm doing a little bit more than snubbing, Jerry. I I don't want to sit there. I'm not going to sit there and say I hate the show, but it's bad. It's really really bad. Like, I mean, listen, if people like it, that's cool. I'm still gonna watch it, but I didn't. I I don't see myself doing a review on it. No, I'm not trolling Spider. I'm being dead ass serious. Okay, now Johnson says I mentioned now what I mentioned to you on Sunday. Albert, how would you feel if Avery, aka Esme from GH, was cast as Sydney on Days? I would love it. I would love it because she can actually pull that off. No, Spider, I'm being dead ass serious. That show is awful. It is fucking terrible. Um, Going back to this, the autumn trailer actually looks pretty good and messy. Okay, is it on? Yeah, I'm assuming it's on a Hollyoaks thing though, right? Like it's on the actual page. I'll check it out. It's just it's. Listen, I know some people like it, and that's cool. And like I said, I'm still gonna watch it. So when people come in, we still gonna talk about it. Spy Cook says if you don't enjoy watching the gates, I wouldn't watch it because you can spend your time doing or watching. No, no, that's. I mean, listen, I'm a soap guy, and I get what you're saying, but I'm still gonna still gonna watch. Um, yeah, and then they need some new actors. So like they also need some new actors. Those actors ain't working. Nah, listen. I watch all the shows. We gonna talk about it. There probably gonna be some good stuff in it, but just like I just find it like the worst out of all five of them. So, yeah, then it needs a fucking miracle. That's what it needs. Ryan says, on a side note, I want everyone to know that I just heard an amazing song that Barbara and Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande are encouraging fans to listen. I'm glad you peeped that, Cherry. I'm glad you peeped that. And no one can pull the race card on you for that. Well, yeah. But you know the sad thing is though, Jonathan? I've seen people do it. I don't want to sit there and mention the time it actually happened because then I have to mention something else and I don't want to, but it did happen. It did. Surprisingly, it did happen. Like somebody sat there and said, "Oh, I can't believe you're sitting there, dog in a black soap opera. You don't do that to the white. You don't do that to the white shows." I really sat there. Was like, I mean, I've heard people say some dumb shit. I've been called every name in the book and then some. When this person sat there and said, "Oh, I can't believe y'all sitting there going hard on Beyond the Gates. Y'all don't talk about the white shows like that." I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? I just, Jonathan, I hope. Okay, I guess I'll just read this comment then. Queen says Allison was really crazy today. Yeah, they like bumped her. I mean, they bumped her level of delusion up to like an 11. This chick was like literally on something else. I was like, yo, what is. Ron says, what's your take on Gabby and Demare being one step ahead of. Sometimes I questioned, like, I question your questions. Like, what's your take on Gabby and Damaris being one step ahead of Xander and Philip? I don't even know how to answer that. I partly don't even feel like that's even a real question, but um, where's my fucking music at? Oh, there we Well, I don't even know how to answer that question, but I will sit there and say that I like the fact that they're working together as brothers. He even invited him to his daughter's birthday party. You know, that is his nephew. Um, yeah, I was just there saying that, Jonathan. You know, this whole thing with Xander Smith is saying that he can't forgive Sarah for her betrayal. And I'm kind of just like, bro, how many times did she sit there and forgive you for just being kind of a general piece of shit? Oh, niece, thank you. Like, how many times did she sit there and forgive you and take you back, even though technically I shouldn't even be together, but like she kept taking you back multiple times, and you're just like, oh, she lied to me. And how many times did you lie to her? Bro, you literally gave her a daughter that wasn't hers and let her bond with that child for a year. And you want to sit there and act all stuck up like, well, I don't know if I can sit there and forgive her. Yeah, we're gonna make a new schedule. We're gonna make a new schedule. Because I should have fucking reviewed it, but it's too late now. But next week, especially depending on the schedule, Monday and Tuesday I'll be off, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday I'll be back to streaming. Um, what else? Oh, I said this before, but like, Jack and Jennifer, thank you for reminding me of something, Ron. Jack and Jen wants to sit there and stay in Salem to protect the kids. And I'm like, what? I'm, that's why I'm just like, I'm so over Jennifer and like, girl, you need grief counseling. What was the hump for? I don't know if it was me or if you were just reacting to somebody else's comment, Cherry. Yeah, I know, Ron. You keep sitting there saying that. I got it the first 4 times or 40 times. I get it. And yes, Theo is back, and I hope they give him a good story. That's what I'm gonna sit there and say. Cause I mean, I'm gonna be honest. When I started watching the show and I saw Theo, I was never really like overly impressed. Um, but if they give him a good story, then I can be cool. I can be cool with it. I don't know. I feel like a lot of times these new characters that come in, some of them don't actually have a it factor. No, no. I think I probably won't be streaming Monday and Tuesday. Um, but Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'll be streaming though. So it'll just be those 2 days off. I usually take off 2 days throughout the week. It's usually like Monday and like Thursday, but I'll just take off Monday and Tuesday, then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'll be streaming. So yeah, nothing's gonna change. I'm just taking off Monday and Tuesday. I'm just taking the 2 days off in a row, so this way I can do the Days of Our Lives review and then stream Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But no, I'm still gonna be streaming. What's good, Black Mind, aka Mr. GQ? But nah, I'm still gonna be streaming now. I just like it was hard enough to sit there and actually do just a GH review today. I wanted to do both of them, but like I knew I couldn't do both of them and stream tonight. So I was like, I'm just gonna pick the streaming instead of the what you call it, since I didn't stream yesterday. But yes, she's cool. I hope they give her. I hope they actually give her some good story. This is the problem with Charlotte. Like, they gave her a good story the last time, and then like after that, they kind of just like, yeah. Trust me, I don't like it either, Cherry. If I had it my way, I would just stream Tuesday, Wednesday, and throughout the rest of the week. But I really like doing Days of Our Lives reviews. I'm doing good, Black Man. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I made it to Tuesday, which is a really difficult day. Really difficult day. What's good, Tommy? And I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get to that stuff in a second, Ryan, because you made a comment, and I don't want to sit there and make you feel like you're being left out of the stream. So just read Ron's 1,000 comment. What's good, Tommy? Karen pissed me off for getting mad at that's on. Yes, Nanny's mad at Mr. Shepard. That is correct. We're gonna talk about that too, Tommy. Ron says, "Do you agree with Rave hatred of EJ, saying that he's going to get what is coming to him, but he has Cat investigating him already?" Do I agree with the hate? I mean, I don't think it's okay. It is hate, but I think it's understandable. You know, I think it was understandable. I would sit there and say, of course, he had a problem that they're fighting that man. It was like what, 60 something years old? How old is how old is Steve? Let's sit there and see how old this man is. Okay, so here's the thing, Ryan, and I know you're not going to agree with me because, well, you're just not going to agree with me, which is fine. But he's at the top of the suspect list because let's be honest. Oh, how old are you? If I'm asking, Sean. He's at the top of the suspect list. How even Michael said that he's probably at the top of the suspect list. So like, I just found out a dad got a baseball for his kid. Oh, the guy, yes, the goddamn Karen, yes. I know you're talking about the damn Karen. You would have thought that she would have learned something. Was good at. You would have thought that she would. 55. Thank you, Jonathan. Um, yeah, you would have thought that she would have, you know, took a step back after that CEO and his dingbat idiot of a wife decided to do and say what they said. Yeah, that dude's mad old. I'm like, yo, bro. And of course, they had Jocelyn sit there and save his ass. I'm just like, but that's the thing, though, Tommy. Oh, how did your interview go, Tommy? How'd your job interview go? He is at the top of the list for good reasons. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I was like, even he sat there and said that he's, you know, I'm sorry to hear that, Tommy. Yeah, I found something down. Like I said, Tommy, you got whenever you get a chance, make sure you email me. I'm gonna sit there and do what I see what I can do to help you out. All right, Tommy? Yeah, she played the race card. Honestly, to touch you for playing the race card, I was like, all right, I'm fucking done with this show. As said, Jack and Jennifer got to go. They really need to stop pushing Chad. They do. They don't. Let's be honest. I think they both need grief counseling. You know, I said this in my dude was struggling. Come on, bro. Come on, broski. I've seen Jason kick ass and take names. My dude was struggling. A hard body. I like Jason, but the dude don't got the magic like he used to. Just saying. But yeah, Ed, I said this before. I was when Jennifer sat there and said that she didn't care what kind of duress um they were under from Clyde. What's good, CJ Cole? Damn, it's been a minute. You were struggling, Cherry. I know the fans will sit there. 179. And Jason's up there in age. I mean, I don't think it's really that far off. Well, what's good, CJ Clove? It's been like a minute. Why you say that about Beyond the Gates and the title? Um, because I think it's the worst soap opera I've ever seen. I'm not. This isn't trolling. I'm not trolling. I'm not joking. I'm being serious. Like it's bad. 50. CJ Clove. 50% of the actors on the show can't act. Um, they managed to turn evil, which was a very likable character. Um, which was a very likable character into an annoying bunch of words that I can't use. Because now she's all like, "Mama this and Mama that," and like, oh my! I thought Chanel was bad with that shit. Tommy says, "I got a joke that Karen said, hold my beer." Yes, facts, facts, Tommy. I some of these shows, Jerry. And 1 second, Jonathan, I'll get to you. As says, hopefully the new Theo gets a good storyline. The other actor wasn't good fit, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, he also didn't. I think the last story that he probably got that was good was just shooting. Dominic says Eva Turn did annoy me. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. You've been watching more days lately. Okay, good. I'm. uh, Thank you, Sean. I had a long day. I needed that. Johnson says Jennifer said Kat could have found another way, but she probably would have saved her mom another way if she had that option, which is what she probably didn't at the time. The thing is, my thing about Jennifer is that if she was put under that circumstance and she had to sit there and say Laura, if Laura's still alive, she would have did the exact same thing. So all she's doing is just being, what's good, Krista? All she's doing is just being a hypocrite. And to sit there and say, well, a decent person wouldn't have did that. Well, a decent person wouldn't have just sat there and let their mother die. Or God only knows he could have came at Felicity. So when she says, "Oh, well, we got to protect our grandchildren from the kids," well, what do you mean by kids? Do you mean Aaron? Do you mean Felicity? What do you mean by the Greens? Like, what are you talking about? Domex says no more than Luna running around as saying people annoy me or watching 40-year-olds trying to parent trap their 60-year-old parents annoyed me, but yeah, Eva was annoying. Yes. Yeah, yeah, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Like I said, I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, when she snapped at her dad and was like, well, now I want you to sit there and go full villain. Sean says you have to admit Lulu was way over the line. She was, she was over the line with what? You mean with the whole not telling? You mean not letting her daughter sit there and see Valentine? Yeah, but that's typical Lulu. I honestly tell you the truth. I guess for me, like I expected her to do that. I expected her to do that. If we're gonna be honest, so I'm not even really too surprised. Much. Moose the garden. Eh, I mean, a little hard work to sit there and do some good. And honestly, tell you the truth, I don't even think that she was upset about that. The punishment, the punishment, I don't think it was actually that harsh. I think it was just more like um, we didn't need to hear it. I think as the audience, we didn't need to hear it. I think that's what that came down to. We just didn't need to hear it. Like, I mean, but The thing is, though, Sean, I look at it this way. I think the reason why I didn't enjoy it that much um, was because I felt like the scene wasn't meant for me. It was meant for a mother disciplining their daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it more relates to mothers and daughters than anything else. So I think that's why it didn't work. It wasn't hard to me. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It wasn't. I don't feel like it was hard. I just didn't enjoy it as much because I felt like it was a moment between a mother and a daughter. Um, Jay Blue says Jacinda is greedy. Didn't Nina and Portia should pay her way already? Yeah, she also said she was bad with money. Apparently, she's also bad with blackmailing too. What's good, Allison? How are you doing tonight? Queen Jess. What do you think of the title, Jess? Ed says Albert Drew just keeps topping himself. I want to see Willow. Yeah, I said the same thing in my review. It was like, bro, no, Ryan, no. Um, I said the same thing. I'm like, how out of pocket is that? Um, to sit there and be asking for Willow before your own damn daughter. Like, Tommy says, was that the same? Yes, her hair. Just that's what threw me off. Do you think the nanny is too mad at? No, because honestly, to tell you the truth, once trust is broken in a relationship, Tommy, that shit is hard to sit there and get back. Is if you even do get it back. That's the thing. It's once you break that trust, and she didn't sit there and say, "I'm doing good, Allison," but okay, Tommy. I look forward to watching it then. Thank you. I actually gonna plan on waking up early tomorrow too. And normally I don't wake up that early on what you call it is the one behind the laugh stuff because the way Britt talks, it got to be someone she knows. It could, but it also could be Peter though too. Just no, right? No, it's kind of a weird question to ask me, but no. I honestly tell you the truth, Ryan. I don't generally tend to listen to sad songs, so like my intentions whenever I listen to a song is never to sit there and try to listen to a song that's gonna make me cry. That's like self torture. Um, as says saw the last few minutes of BNB, and this better be it for Ridge and Brooke because I don't watch this and I don't want another round of Ridge and Brick. Ridge going back to Taylor. I think we all saw it coming, and I think that's the problem. Uh, okay, then no, right? No, no. Um, yeah, no, Ryan, no. I don't think Peter would care what happens to her. Hmm. Yeah, they was good deluxe. Yeah, they didn't exactly really have the greatest relationship, but it wasn't contentious either. I don't know. I guess maybe I know, right, Jess? Shocking, right? I mean, and the sad thing is, for 2 days, this chick Taylor was up there trying to fight him. For 2 days, she was up there trying to fight that decision. Like, no, I'm not gonna let you leave. You're not gonna leave me to what's good, Darby. You're not gonna sit there and leave me to go back to Brooke. She's not gonna suck you back in. I'm like, the hell? we sat there, was like, what's good, Queen Janet? Unfortunately, facts, yes. You know, the sad thing, yes. Janet says Brooke wins for now. Yeah, but you know, the sad thing is though, like, what did she actually win? I mean, seriously, I still feel like I feel like they both lost. Like they both lost their self respect a long time ago. If we're gonna be honest, Lady V, what's good, Lady V? It's been a minute. How you been? Deluxe says, to be honest, Drew is so far gone that I wouldn't be surprised if he staged his own shooting to help Willow get those kids back. Yeah, there's no winners in that shit. Honestly, tell you the truth, Jess, I think that what you call it dodged a bullet. Tanya Liam just like Reg, yes. That was funny. That was funny, Janet. Yeah, she won. But you know the sad thing is though, Jess, would you actually put that past Drew? Think about it. The dude woke up. He wasn't asking for a scout. He was asking for Willow. Is Willow here? I want to see Willow. Dude, just let you know that, you got a daughter. I don't know if you forgot that because you like to drop her off at the nannies and make sure people don't sit there and say anything bad about you, but you you have a daughter. I just want to remind you of that. Ed says, I think Nathan Return Good has something to do with all that research Britt was doing. Yeah, but then that would mean that like you would have to go to the dark side though, right? Like, okay. Well, I hope things get better for you, Lady V. What do you think? I thought it was I thought it was interesting. I think Daniel was actually getting really good with music. Like he definitely had his dad genes when it comes to his music. Thank you, Queen. Yes, hit that goddamn like button because it really does actually help. I enjoyed it, Tommy. I mean, I had to like torture myself for like 40 minutes there watching Beyond the Gate. So yeah, but I mean, he's also the one that's authorizing this whole thing, though. Um, no, Tommy, I don't like Beyond the Gates. I think it's a shit show. I think it is the worst soap opera I've ever seen in my entire life. I think that Beyond the Gates makes The Bold and the Beautiful look like a goddamn masterpiece. It was. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. And of course, Madison's like, go faster, go faster. I need you to go faster. Just as you dragging it. Listen, just for about what are we in like 6 months? I've been sitting there trying to give that show a chance. Okay, I've been the biggest supporter. I have been sitting there telling people, "Hey, listen, you need to check it out. You need to watch. You need to support it." I supported that shit for 6 months. I am fucking done. Fuck that show. Ugh. I still watch it though, so we can still talk about it. But Lady V said, "Dang, I missed the beginning. Did you talk about Beyond the Gates trash yet?" Oh, we still talking about it. We still talking about it. Jenna says, Eva, I'm tired. I'm tired of her too. Just I'm not actually holding back on my opinions. Honestly, tell you the truth, is when Leslie sat there and played the race card, and they turned the one character that I actually liked, like Eva, into just this annoying piece of garbage. Um, oh, Tommy, I think Eva sucks now. Um, Fuck her and her crazy ass mother. Like, didn't Cat get into a car accident? Then next thing you know, she and Jacob. See, this is the type of shit that you this is exactly the type of stuff you see on Beyond the Gates. Oh, I just said it, Tommy. Fuck her and a crazy ass mother. That's yeah. What do you think about Luna showing herself to? Well, I think at that point she just said F it. Like, I mean, where was she gonna go? She was already trapped in the bathroom. Just as I agree, it's the weakest so for sure. Oh, I'm not holding back, Janet. I'm not. Like I said, fuck that show. Again, how do you sit there? Have a good night, Sean. I mean, I listen, Lady V. I got to keep it real. Like I said, and you know the really sad part. So this whole kidnapping story could have been a lot better if we had better actors. Seriously, Jerry, this how did Beyond the Gates fall apart? Beyond the Gates had a lot of promise. Yes, I will see you tomorrow, Sean. Thank you for coming through. Beyond the Gates had a lot of promise when it first started, but I think the problem is when you really looked at the first episode, I don't even think the first episode was good. I just think that it was new. And so, like, okay, you sit there, you watch in the beginning, they're playing real music, right? Like, it had a couple of things that made you feel like, okay, this is going to be a good show. It could have been, like I said, in the beginning, Beyond the Gates is a good show. If you say so. I mean, listen, I don't knock it. I don't I don't knock other people watching this. I want you to understand 1 second, Ed. I don't if other people love the show, I think that's great, and I'm not telling anyone not to watch it. But I wouldn't recommend it. Um they played real music. You know what I'm saying? Like even the intro when she first came in and she's getting out the car and they're taking her stuff and they're treating her like royalty and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. But then you start to realize that shit just falls apart with the acting. Spikework says, "How do you feel about the Gates? Is how I feel about Days. The acting is too Disney sometimes." Okay, but I don't. And then they have Haley just be doing some of the dumbest shit possible. Like their daughter's missing, and Haley decides to just come to the house anyway, make it all about her, and even afterwards, when she got all up in Nicole, not Nicole. Um, oh wow. when she got up in Naomi's face after they was sitting there checking out Chelsea in the hospital, talking about, oh well, we're family. Oh, Naomi, thank you. Um, I I personally think that people got caught up in the hype. If we're gonna be honest, people got caught up in the hype. The stuff that really did happen, like in the beginning of the show, I think we just kind of ignored. And I think that's the sad part is that we really just kind of ignore some of the stuff. Um, because it's not like the acting got better. Have a night 179. Haley is supposed to suck. I think some of these folks you just supposed to hate. Yeah, but even there's a certain level of stupidity. And there's a certain, like when she, okay, again, when she came to the house, their daughter's missing. And she started making a scene talking about, I gotta be with my husband. I gotta be with my husband. Bill came out like, what the hell are you doing here? Right? Bill's like, what are you doing here? Like, yo, this is about me and her and me, it's about our daughter. It's not about us. And she was like, well, I'm making it about us. I'm oh hell no. I'm like, what am I watching at this point? And that's the problem. They just like they make her dumb. They make her do dumb shit. I don't even think that she's really that much of a great actress. I think that she does a decent job as far as being, and I hate saying this, a bimbo. Okay, let's just be honest. As says, I'm tired of Ted begging Nicole and trying to get back in the family good graces. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Tommy says, "How do you feel about Ted? Get a backbone." Um, how do I feel about Ted? I think he was trying way too hard today. I think he was trying way too hard today. And then, he starts to say, "Well, did you tell the family about how I saved y'all? Did you tell the family that?" And she was like, "No, we've been busy with this whole crisis thing." So his dumbass decides to go there anyway and says it anyway. I'm like, just as the storylines just aren't strong enough, I can't even think of a good storyline right now for Beyond the Gates. Yeah, when you gotta think about that shit, that's a problem. What's good, Double C? Oh, nothing. What's good with you? Spider says, I thought the first month of the Gates wasn't good and overrated, but after the first month, I started digging it. Darby says, Xander says, someone is coming after our mutual family legacy. That's a threat you should be worried about. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because he was like, "What are you? Are you gonna fire me?" He was like, "No, no, no, no. This isn't about firing you, bro. Like this isn't about firing you, bro." Domac says, "I keep it a buck and just say I like Michelle. The creator underestimates the pacing that modern audience wants to see." Uh, I would say it says I was thinking about Beyond the Gates since now in my area GH moved to 3 p.m. I have no choice but to watch Beyond the Gates now. You have a choice. You always have a choice. Like you got a choice, and I'm not going to sit there and tell you what you should choose, but you got a choice, though. Listen, I watch Beyond the Gates because I do soap operas. I mean, I don't just do soap operas, but you know, I'm like, Jerry, he has a choice. Listen to this, ain't got a choice. Nobody put no gun to your head. Lisa says Kyle got some nerve. Are you talking about tomorrow's episode or today's episode? It says Leslie playing the race line was ridiculous because Vanessa gave her 8 houses, and if she was racist, she wouldn't work with you. Um, I think that's why I just said F it. It's decent right now. It's decent. I'm I'm okay with the pace. I'll do a review tomorrow, so if you want to watch it just to kind of keep you up, I'll definitely do a review. But it's decent. It's not over the top or anything like that, but it's decent though. Josie says I was thinking maybe take an hour nap, but yeah, take an hour nap. You know I'm wrong with a good rest. I take my naps on weekends when I have time. Right, especially if I gotta work, my ass will take a nap. What happened today? I don't remember off the top of my well, there's a lot that happened today. Um, I would probably just put that in the review and instead that they talk about every single thing. Just what I want to do was a review, but I didn't do a stream yesterday, so I would actually have to sit there and think about it. Just because I've been watching so many soap operas today, I couldn't sit there and say off the top of the head all the stuff that wound up happening. No, she didn't get exposed. She didn't get exposed, Sophia. Sophia didn't get exposed, which honestly tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie. She is a pretty bad actress. Like she's oh my goodness, she's such a bad actress. Johnson says when people weaponize racism for their own advantage, it's an insult to people who have actually yes. Yeah, that's I mean, granted it probably didn't take me much, but like I was like I said, I was so done. And then, she did all that shit. Spending yeah, no, definitely watch it, Spider. Um Remember, she's doing all this like I want to pay double the price this way I can live across the street from them and sit there and smile. And of course her dumbass daughter is all like, Mama wants to sit there and move over there. Why shouldn't she be able to live out her dream? Her dream is to sit there and harass a bunch of people. Like, seriously? And you know what? On some level, Spider, I think I would rather sit there and take your idea than that have like these two idiots sit there and go after the Duprees. Which, by the way, this is another thing I don't like about this show. It sounds hella pretentious. It sounds hella pretentious every time they sit there and say, "But you're a Dupree woman. We don't sit there and run. We stand there. We fight because we're Duprees." And I'm just like now I just get to a point. It's like every time she says that, I'm just like I'm literally just like on my phone, just the minute she says that, it's like my whole body just cringes up at the once. Like, we're Duprees. I'm just like, all right, lady, we get it. It's like we get it. Tommy says, if you trust someone in a relationship, you should not. If you trust someone in a relationship, you should not be in together. I don't get it. If you trust someone in a relationship, you should not be in together. AKA, I don't get it. I don't know what that means. Oh, if you don't, yes. If you don't, yeah. And that's exactly what I was saying before. Like, and that's the thing. It's her first relationship, and also again, Kyle has an impulse. Well, actually, tell you the truth, Kyle's just entitled. He's entitled. He's used to Smith getting his way. He doesn't want to sit there and give her time or space or anything like that. And now he's finally getting it. but it's so annoying to sit there and watch. She's practically sitting there badgering her mother to sit there and try to find ways to get back on her good graces. I'm like, bro, take a fucking chill pill. Jesus Christ. And you know what? I can't blame you. I can't blame you. Hey Danny, you put up any more videos? I gotta sit there and try to check your channel out. Because she has a fucked up mindset, that's why. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, she's the type of person that Kevin Samuels will sit there and make fun of like 7 days a week. And the problem is her dingbat of a daughter is that you're trying to get Tomas to sit there and represent her. And I'm like, Tomas, don't you work for Bill? Don't Bill signs your checks? But you having this idiot sit there gassing up his head, talking about, oh, I saw a preview of that. It's like a music sort of kind of thing going on. I mean, anything would be better than him sitting there being treated like a damn toilet seat by or what you call it. Oh, okay, okay, bro. I have no idea, Prince. I don't know. Hmm. Is that so? Well, but yeah. All right, Ed. You have a great night. I know. I know what those early days are like. You are hilarious. Jonathan, are you in here? No, I don't. That's the thing, Ryan. I don't. Nah, man. Yeah, I just had to sit there and block somebody. I don't know if they was sitting there playing a race card or something like that, but like I started reading half of that shit. I was like, at first I thought it was a trolling comment. I mean, I thought it was a trolling account for like, because I do other videos, and people would sit there and come at me sideways, but like they got hella pissy because I sat there and practically said that Beyond the Gates is a fucking terrible show. Have a good night, Ryan. And I could have swore they actually sat there and played the race card. Yeah, but who was the most annoying character to you on Beyond the Gates? Leslie. Easily Leslie. Easily Leslie from day one has been Leslie. Catwoman is actually number two, if we're going to be honest. Bobby, did I miss the reasons you said that Beyond the Gates was the worst soap opera you've ever seen? Um, well, I'll say it again. Like, I'd happily sit there and say it again. 50% of the actors can't act. Most of the storylines are not really that great. They're okay for a little bit, but like they usually find a way to mess it up. And I don't know, just I like I said, I feel like the acting on most having an IJ Blue, I feel like the acting on it, like most of the people can't act. Like it's having an IJ Blue, it's just so bad. Tommy says if I was Ted, I would stop paying for Eva's hotel room. I mean, to be fair, she doesn't like she doesn't need Ted's what you call it. You already know who got on my nerves since day one. Oh, Johnson says the problem beyond the gates is a lot of stories aren't engaging enough and some characters are annoying. Yeah. Darby says, I still think Drew had himself shot. It sounds like somebody else said that though too. Or Danny, I don't know. I meant to say something to Danny before I got that little rude ass comment, which is hilarious. Bro, Leslie is most annoying. Yeah, she's I mean, yeah, but like there's a lot of characters on General Hospital too. Like they flood that show with characters. Lady V says Danger Dupree or whatever the heck her name is, the most overrated character ever. I think it might have been Darby. I mean, I think it might have been Ed, but I'm not too sure. Um, like Danny, if you still in the comment section, um, we can't be doing videos in the dark, man. That first of all, that looks creepy as shit. Like I'm not trying to blast you out or anything like that, but we can't be doing videos in the dark, man. Like, that looks like some creepy shit. Fuck we doing? I meant to sit there. I don't know if he's still. Oh, there we go. Watch Beyond the Gates. This show needs better storylines. Yeah, and you need some better right. You need some better lighting. Why are we making videos dark for? Yes, Jonathan. And you know the thing is, I could have swore we talked about. I think I actually said that. I think I actually said that in the membership. I think I said that. Oh. Just said Danny was good in the beginning, but got bad. Leslie too. Okay. You don't want to do that, Tommy. I mean, she'll sit there and play the race card. You know, Danny, I'll just email you. Like I said, we gotta do something about that lighting, man. And be having me making videos in the dark. Kind of like, fucking shit is that? Tommy says, "Can I buy you coffee, Jess?" Allison says, "You really want Brenda back?" Yes, I do. I want Brenda back on General Hospital. Brenda was one of the very few people that can go toe to toe with Carly. Brenda was a great character, honestly. And Jess said, "Yes, you can buy Queen Jess coffee. Should be mandatory at that point." I'm very curious what it is. Very curious what it is. I knew. I'm not gonna lie. I think I wanted to sit there and stream that night when I found out. I think I did it. I think I said in a review, but she pretended to sleep with Michael to piss off Carly. Um, and I was reading on Wikipedia. It has something to do with the fact that um, Carly blew up the relationship between Sonny and Brenda. So that yep. Just says I still don't get why Ted felt like he did anything with this plan for Leslie. Here's my thing. Even if he did do something, right? Like, okay, cool. He got her to drop the deal. Yeah, but the thing is though, like, okay, cool. You got her to drop the deal or whatever. But then you went. My whole thing is like, okay, you did that as goodwill, right? Like, okay, you made sure that she was able to move into the new house because she dropped the deal so this way she could sit there and move into Nicole's place. Okay, fine. But then you go over there like the next day, talk about, so did you tell the family that what I did? Did you tell the family? And they was like, no, because we were dealing with a crisis with Chelsea. So what does she decide to do? He decides to go over there to the Dupree's place to sit there and say what he did. And then Nicole's like, okay, cool, you pat yourself in the back, you can go now. That's we're family. What about this? What about that? Bro, you just showed your ass and now you sit there trying to act like she's supposed to sit there and say, like, bro, she already told you I will tell them when I get a chance. And then you decide to go and do it? Like, what are we doing? Lady V says, and the Falconary definitely needs to make a comeback, go toe to toe with Sunny. Oh, Falconaries? He's still getting a house next to them. Nothing's changed. Yeah. Allison says, I want a big Carson fan. I was a big Carson fan. Now I can take them or leave them. Not really a couple fan anymore. The writings make Doug and Ted look so bad. Oh, the writers. Well, yeah. I mean, especially Doug, if you're going to be honest. I mean, Ted is looking bad. Don't get me wrong. Oh, Connie's back in there. Yes. Tell me, don't forget that coffee. Don't forget that coffee for Jess. Jess likes her coffee, okay? Very important. Remember, nothing else throughout the stream. Make sure you remember to get Jess her coffee. Doug, like I said, Doug the worst, though. Lady V says, you don't remember Johnny and Olivia. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, Doug's a loser. Like, Doug's a loser. I mean, my dude has his girl out there messing with every other man, and he's still just like, nah, it's cool. Like right then and there was like I lost whatever. I lost respect for him right then and there. That's some weird shit right there. Now, granted, if you was out there and if they're doing the same thing, okay, fine. But like, if they had like that swingers thing or whatever going on, okay, cool. But they don't have that. Like, bro, you just sitting at home or doing surgery, and you know that your wife is doing God knows what. Yeah, comes off. Um, yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've here's the thing. It's never sat right with me. And yeah, I get it. You know, he sat there, he sued or whatever. But like, I don't know. I see why he did the lawsuit. I felt like it was kind of a waste of time, but it was about the principle of it. And at that point, when he lost the lawsuit, he should have just been like, "All right, I'm just gonna sit there and let this go and move on." You know, it was like, what did you thought was gonna end up happening? Now he can't come back on the show, and I think I don't know. I what's good, Blackpink me? Tommy says, why Leslie take the hint? No hint. No one wants her. You have a really messed up mindset, you know. What's good, Blackpink me? And seriously, she has a messed up mindset. Like he didn't and ruin his career. Yeah, but like he did unfortunately ruin his career. I'm gonna be honest, I still stand with him now, if we're gonna be honest. Because I think that the firing wasn't fair. If we're gonna be honest, I think the firing wasn't fair. You know, I get that Steve just left. He was quiet. He didn't say anything. He didn't make noise or anything like that. But like it's a shitty way that you gotta sit there and play the game to sit there and try to keep a career like that. Like the dude sat there and fought and he stood for his principles. Yeah, exactly. And I get both sides of that too. I get both sides of that. But you know, it's also business. It's the fans. The fans. There's some fans that actually want him. There's some fans that actually want him back. You know, and that's just. I mean, I get it, Allison. That's the same thing with Victoria Rowland. You know, she sued CBS. Now she can't come back. And I'm like, I mean, I feel like in those situations, it should really come down to the fans. If the fans are pulling enough for it, they should sit there and find a way to work that out and have her come back on, have him come back on, because fans do like him. Some fans do like him. What's good, Big Nate? Some fans do like him. So, but I don't know. I get both sides of it. And there we go. And that's another one. Thank you, Jonathan. She's another person who and that's not just me, but I feel like a lot of people want her back on. And yeah, she did sit there and sue the company, but like the fans want her back on. So like, what are we doing? So let me get this. Beyond the Gates is worse than B&B. Did I miss something bad today? I mean, for me personally, Blackpink me. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still watching the show. We can still sit there and talk about it. Every time I stream, we want to talk about Beyond the Gate. I just personally can't rock with the show. Um, it's it's just it's bad. Show's bad. Yeah, and that's the thing. And I feel like if you had enough people, enough of the fans that wanted this person, like the fans still want Victoria Rowland back on. And CBS just, is just doing whatever CBS wants, but like the fans want her back. Yeah, but see, Kelly didn't sue. She got fired. Um, and I feel like that's one of those things where it's like we'll never know the truth because Kelly's going to tell her story. Frank is going to sit there and tell his story. And unless you actually work at that company, you're not going to know the story. Bobby says the creator and head writer Beyond the Gates used to write for Bold and the Beautiful. And they ain't think about it if they get no better actors. God damn. What, they got lazy or something? He must have got lazy somewhere around. Cause that, mm-mm. Yeah, but that's the thing. Though. Like I said, people that are Kelly fans are gonna blame Frank, and I find that laughable because I'm like, unless y'all work there and y'all know everything that wound up happening when y'all were working there, you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know anything. I'm just saying, like they worked on another show, and you sit there and think about getting some bet. Like, come on, you can't. Ain't no way in hell you gonna sit there and tell me that none of them sat there and looked at those test screens and be like, "Yep, we're gonna pick this actor, this actor." Like Tomas can't act for shit. And every time we gotta sit there and see that man on screen, it's just like, oh, I guess they're just gonna like her look. They're gonna like his look. So like, say so, say so, Bobby. It's your opinion. I respect it. I'm just saying, really, like, no way in hell you gonna sit there looking at those damn audition tapes and be like, "Yep, we're gonna pick Tomas, we're gonna pick Chelsea." Um, like no, 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 no. You got some of these weak ass stories too. Like we finally found out about the bus boy and stuff like that, and being a racist, and then it's over. Then that's just it. Like okay, I redid all of that, and then yes, Allison, I will sit there and say that GH is better than Days, but Allison, there's a caveat to it. There's been times where I've seen better episodes on Days than on GH. It's rare that it happens, but it does happen. That's why Days will always be like my second show. I will always support that show and tell other people to watch. Yeah, Bobby, and that's the thing. Like, you know, that's just like I said, Bobby. I'm still watching it. Yeah, I love Days. But Tommy says, did Leslie play the race card today? Yes, she did. And it was a very shitty thing to do. But Leslie is a very shitty person. Leslie is also a very shitty character that's just over the top and super annoying. But um, and now they turn Eva, the one good thing about Leslie, into a shitty character. Lady V says, "Who is the other content creator name again that used to do panels with?" Um, where there's DC Soap Sanctuary. There's Brock TV. There's JLJ Media or James. There's Nikisha. There's Cat Lady. Yeah, those are just some of the names I can think of. There's Danny Bear 87. I mean, are you talking about a man or a woman? 'Cause I did panels with other people, so very, very, very curious. His name starts with a T, I think. No, I don't know anyone. I can't remember anyone that starts with a T. Bobby says, "I just want to see how Haley's storyline is going to pan out about this," and that's that's another one, right? Like that's another story. Like you're faking a baby, and then it's like, yes, I want to sit there and see how this whole thing adds up to, because it better add up to something good. Because it's stupid so far. It's so dumb, and I feel like the people that she's Smith they're playing should be a lot smarter than that. You know, I mean, she wants to sit there and try to desperately fit in with people that don't want to rock with her. And in the beginning, I was like, listen, that's about their juvenile shit. I know, I know, but I want to sit there and try to be somewhat of a. No, I didn't, Spider. I did not. There's a social media account. You can simply go and sit there and ask. I don't even understand why you even brought that up for. Like, at least with Tommy, Tommy doesn't know. So, but yeah, like I want to sit there and try to be the optimist with this whole. No, we don't. Why does that need to happen? Yeah, I'm not talking about that. You can ask him. I'm not talking about that. Um, no, I know your name is Tommy. I don't have you on any of my socials though, but yes, you make sure that you buy Queen Jess her coffee. 'Cause, you know. Oh, I'm not mad at you, Tommy. We good. Yes, us New Yorkers, we like our coffee, we like our caffeine, because we got, we got to deal with unnecessary dumb shit, and that's before we get to work. Johnson says, "Do you think EJ is building a secret lab for Dr. Roth to use?" Nah, I think that'd just be a little bit too risky. Like Dr. Roth is like better used like in the shadows and stuff like that. You know. Quick says, on a positive note, Brit is now free. I can't believe Jason left Brit yesterday. Well, Brit was fine. And you know what? I'm glad that you're back, Spider, because What was I gonna sit there and say? Remember you sat there and said, "Hey, it's totally fine with Brit just keep pushing the envelope over and over and over again." I guess it didn't really work out too well for her. Um, when she had that nice little ankle monitor, bomb strapped to her leg. You remember you kept there saying like, um, "Oh, I think it'd be totally fine if that she keeps pushing the envelope over and over and over again." Like, all right, bro. Tommy says, "Do you think Holden will date the net?" Yes. Like Audra said, like when she came over there, she was like, she knew like, oh, you're using the whole the whole Vespers trick again. Um, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing. I don't even know why I even bothered. It was like my bad. I keep forgetting who I'm talking to. Just as how you feel about Jocelyn Spy's story today. Yeah, actually I do. I do think. Yeah, she helped Jason out. But that's the thing though. Like just like I listen, I am enjoying this um whole story with the WSB stuff. And see that's another thing now, right? What the hell is gonna sit there and say? Oh, okay, Allison, that's that's cool. Also, they didn't even actually have time though, too, and didn't Britt give them scissors? They did nothing. I don't understand how they didn't escape. Bobby says Beyond the Gates got too many storylines for me. I'm used to seeing soaps with 3 or 4 storylines like in the 80s. Mm. BC says Jason was fighting for his life because that big guy was choking him out. Jason's too old to be sitting there doing this whole like enforcer shit. I'm just gonna keep it real. That dude is too old to be sitting there doing this shit. Okay, Jason needs to retire. Okay, that man's like 50 something years old. His old ass needs to sit down somewhere. Like I like Jason, but old school Jason was kicking ass and taking names. Bro, you were fighting one person like, and losing and losing. Bro, you better hope that shit don't get out. Exactly, Allison. That's called he needs to retire. Let the seriously, Cherry. Let the other mob people find out that Jason was Smith getting his ass handed to him. He did more than Vaughn. He he barely did it. I mean, come on, let's be honest. That first guy missed, and there Jason needs to sit his old ass down. Listen, I don't normally. Danny barely 7. At least Britt can give. Yeah, she does need to apologize for not going to that goddamn funeral. What's good, Danny Bear? Just says he does need to retire, though. Yes. If it was a regular person that was actually shooting at Jason instead of some old guy who has the goddamn aim of a stormtrooper, his ass would have been shot. Remember, he was just, I'm doing good, Danny. I'm doing good. How you doing? Dude was just sitting there just wondering, just head out into space. Next thing you know, he gets his, the dude shoots at Jason. Jason took his ass out with a remote controller. I'm not even joking. He literally took his ass out with a goddamn remote controller. Tommy says, "Who will win the fight, Mr. Shepard or Holden?" That's a really good question, Tommy. I want to say Holden, but like, I can't sleep on Mr. Shepard though. I can't sleep on Mr. Shepard. If I'm gonna be honest. Damn it, Jonathan. I was trying to find your comment, and now I can't. Let's try it again. I can't. I can't sleep on Mr. Shepard though. But I don't know what Mr. Shepard can actually do. I mean, I don't know what Holden can do either, and I feel like. Okay, I thought you said something. Oh, there you go. Johnson says Steve Johnson on days is years older than Jason. He's still an active fighter as a PI. Well, then that's well then Jason really needs to retire. Then. I know he lost his touch, Spider. I said that yesterday. He he needs to sit there and retire and sit his ass down somewhere. I was, bro. I was almost embarrassed for him. I was like, bro, what are we doing? Well, he better learn. He better learn the art of saying no. Darby, he better learn the art of saying no. I mean, I know that in the past he didn't really have a brain to sit there and tell, seriously, Jerry. And that's the thing. Some people do um, have a problem saying no to people. I mean, I could sit there and say no to people all goddamn day long, but some people, despite he better hope that shit don't get out to the underworld. We gotta sit there and worry about Jason enforcing. Nah, bro. What I heard is one dude nearly choked him out. And he was fighting the dude by himself, and he was losing badly. Allison says Carly takes advantage. Well, some people also know how to say no. It's really funny, Jonathan. Before even, and he needs to stay that way, BC. After what I saw today, I need to sit there and put that in the title this week. Either Jason needs to retire or Jason needs to sit his old ass down. Now I'm gonna go with the second one. That sounds a lot more funnier, and it's more effective. It's funny. Sean was not there also defending Jason. So let me agree with you. Johnson said, I don't think Jason lost his touch. I think the writers made him to struggle in that fight so that Josh could finish it. I mean, I get it. I said the same thing yesterday, but I think I think he's done. I don't think he's done. He's done. I like Jason, but listen, Father Time has not been kind to him, and that's totally understandable. Oh yeah, I mean, Sonny definitely needs to sit there and retire. He needs to sit his old ass down too. Then he said Jason still has some skills. He saved Britt from going boom. Have a night, Tanya. Yeah, he has some skills. He needs to sit there and retire. His ass is done. Derby says, I'm glad they're showing Jason slowing down from his age. There must be younger guys running around who has Jason Morgan's number. Yeah, like I said, I'm a Jason fan, but I was like, bro, Like I was embarrassed for him. I mean, on the side note, and I don't think anyone actually watched the show, but like there's an episode of Family Guy where it's like I think Peter had a clone of himself, but he was like a younger version. He was beating Peter's ass up until a point that Lois had to sit there and step in. Exactly. Johnson says if you think Jason needs to retire, then maybe Steve Johnson on days needs to retire as well. When I see him lose a fight as bad as Jason did, then yes, I will sit there and say that. Until that happens, Steve Johnson can sit there and rock out. Jason just needs to sit his old ass down and have some tea. When I see Steve Johnson lose a fight, and I don't mean like an old fight, I mean like a recent one, like, and I don't mean that fight when Bo was sitting there whooping John Black's ass, which I need to just watch that for funsies. Tommy said you gotta watch YNR tomorrow. Oh, I will. I watch all the soaps, Tommy. So you know I'm gonna watch it. Thank you. I appreciate that. 70 plus? Wow. Ah, okay, I like that, Darby. So smart he gets other people to do his dirty work. 70 plus years old. Like I said, when I see it, and you know, I'm just saying. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, Tommy, I will definitely sit there and check it out tomorrow. You know. I like Steve Johnson though. Is he still fighting at that age? I don't know if Steve Johnson's still fighting. I mean, he mostly just do PI stuff. I don't really see him like fighting. He's not an enforcer. Jason is the enforcer. But yeah, I think after what I just saw, that shit is ringing kind of hollow. That enforcer title might start to be a little unearned at this point. And yes, I did sit there and I said that in um my review. I was like, they're probably gonna make it where um what makes you think so, Tommy? What do you think that Mr. Shepard will be holding in the fight? What makes you believe that? I'm very curious about why you say that. But BC, like I said, I like sitcom. I know some people don't like them for various reasons, but Darby says always like Steve Johnson more than I ever liked Bo Brady. Bo Brady was always overrated. There's a difference. You can be a PI, just not and yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like I don't see Steve Smith trying to start a fight or anything like that. Like Johnson says, Steve Johnson fought off Orpheus a couple of years back, and he was older than Jason is now. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't. No, Allison, Bo Brady's actually alive. Bo Brady's actually alive now. Okay, so Tommy, you're so Mr. Shepard did punch Tucker. So you think that Mr. Shepard can beat Holden because you saw him punch Tucker? Okay, all right. I guess that's good enough for me. Okay, all right. Well, that works for me. He was on the show. He did his last episode like maybe about 2 months ago. So I think they want to sit there and show him actually having a happy ending with hope. So he did like one last story, and he woke up from a coma, and then he was just back with his family really. So he may come on the show like as a guest every now and then, but like his storyline is pretty much wrapped up. And I think that's nice for the fans of Hope and Brady, for them to have a happy ending. I don't know. It's hard to say, Tommy. I mean, like they're both young. I've never seen them fight, but the thing is, Tommy, maybe I'm underestimating Kyle because Kyle is rich. And in my mind, I'm sitting there thinking, well, he's rich. He can buy security. I don't see him actually sitting there fighting. But like Chelsea said, Chelsea was like her dad taught her how to fight just in case people try her, right? Yeah, they both left the show. Allison, Brady and Hope. Yeah, it's good for the fans. For them to have like a sense of closure and stuff like that. I think that's cool. That's the thing though, Tommy. Like I don't know. I'm assuming like he can't fight, and maybe he could fight. Maybe because he's rich, he knows that people are gonna sit there and try him, just like Chelsea. I mean, she's not really good at much of anything else, so you never seen Holden fight. You okay? All right, okay. Yeah, that's I guess that's better than that, but I don't know. Maybe I guess Tommy. At some point, maybe we will see them fight. 'Cause Holden's gonna sit there and try to go after Claire, and he ain't gonna like that. Him, his entitled self. He's not gonna stand for that. So, that's going to be a problem. No, that's going to be a problem. So, I guess we'll see. We'll see. I'll get back with Audra. I mean, I don't see Audra really going out with anybody else, but like that doesn't mean that he should get back with the woman who practically blew up his relationship. I think that'd just be really stupid. No, I mean if this whole gig with Billy and Sally doesn't work out, then yeah, I would sit there. Yeah, yeah. And if that doesn't work out, maybe she can go to Born and Beautiful. All in the same universe. They need to do some more crossovers. They really do. They need to, especially since they have all three of them on the network. She is deceptive enough to not want to, to play dirty. And Kane, Phyllis now she got a conscience because she also realized that her ass can go to jail. So, and that's the sad thing. It's like even when the story was okay, even when the story was okay, Alice has said, "What did the previews for tomorrow on GA show?" I don't even remember. I would actually have to think about it. I don't even remember. Really? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Sean, I think Michael will protect Jacinda from Drew and she will fall for him. Didn't they make a movie about that called Pretty Little Woman? I mean, Pretty Woman? It is called Pretty Woman, right? Julie Roberts and Richard Gere. Oh, he's a little bit more than ungrateful, Tommy. Ungrateful is just the tip of the iceberg for Drew. I don't see that happening, Sean. But why do you see that happening? If Randall shoot Drew, he gets. Did Randall shoot Drew? No, I actually tell you the truth. We have no idea who shot Drew. But why would you say that Michael will protect Jacinda? And why do you think that she will fall in love with him? Wait. Oh, Randy. Do you think Randy shot? Oh, you think? Wait, you're talking about characters from two different shows. Randy. Okay, you. So Tommy says, did Randy shoot Drew? He got one job. I don't. I think you're talking about two different shows. Are you talking about Randy? Yeah, Randy didn't shoot the racist guy. No, but Drew's on General Hospital. The racist guy. Yeah, no. I forgot who took him out, but I know that that Bill took care of that dog. Yes, he had one job and he failed. Yes, it's very true. It's amazing you get one job and it's like you just choke. Okay. I figured that. Like it took me a minute. I was like, I don't. You should, Allison. Oh, Allison, is oh, okay. Is Dion streaming tomorrow? You know, if Dion is streaming tomorrow. I know he streamed on Sunday. I was there for a little bit if I want to go to sleep. BC says I was surprised that Curtis didn't try to tell Drew that he didn't shoot him when Drew said that. Okay, thank you, Allison. That he knows he did, but he's going to blame Michael. Oh, Ezra Boyle. Okay, if Ezra Boyle did it. I mean, if Ezra Boyle did it, then he probably did it under duress from Sitwell. I think in her own screwed up way that she did, but the problem is, Tommy, is that she cared about Nate. She just cared about what she wanted more. She cared about her career and getting ahead way more than she cared about Nate. That's the problem with her, Tommy, that she cares about. She can. That's how she is. I don't know if this comes from if it just comes from a bad childhood. Um, that she always needs to prove herself. Oh yes, I forgot about no. Yes, you're right. Lucas something is going to be. Yeah, I totally thank you, Tommy. Should have said that earlier. I was up there rambling on and on about who she can be with. Like, I totally forgot about that. Totally forgot about that. I forgot they got so many characters that are coming to the Young and the Restless. Like it's insane. Again, I don't know where they got their budget from, but like they just like you're getting hired and you're getting hired. Kirby says which of Jason's kids is most likely to become an enforcer, like his father Danny or the other one, Jake. And me Danny. Jake is more like his mother, focusing on art and stuff like that. Danny is more the risk taker, like Jason. Danny's more quick to do it. Why not, Tommy? I mean, Harrison needs his mother. Compared to Jake, nah, broski, too soft. Like, are you trolling? I know how you like to troll sometimes, man. I know how you like to troll. Yes, Kane's kids is weak, and they're weak because of Lily. Okay, you have to tell me you're not trolling sometimes, Darby. I mean, you was in the did saying that I was hating on Kristen, so I was like, oh, BC says the actor who plays Bo Brady actually live in Alaska. That's why he's not on the show as much anymore. Who the hell actually purposely wants to live in Alaska? I was like, bro, if I ever interview, I'm gonna sit there and be like, why out of all places on this earth you chose to live in Alaska? I mean, do you just like self torture or something? Like, I don't. Okay, bro. You're right. Danny is too soft. Um, Danny is just like, you know what? You're right. I don't think that you're trolling. I think that sometimes you like to sit there and pick certain things that I may disagree with. Like you'll disagree with me just to disagree with me. I want to see Alaska before I die. Yeah, I mean, see it, not like live there. Yeah, I was saying like I'd be cool visiting. I ain't fucking staying though. I like the cold, but Alaska is too remote. Yeah, that's another thing. I used to watch this reality show called I think it was called like Alaska Railroads or whatever, and they're like frontiers or something. And they, you know what I'm saying, like they live in these cabins by themselves, like or they live there like with their wives or whatever, and it's like they like to be proud because they're very self sufficient. And I'm like, yeah, but yeah, no. And I mean, like they live in remote areas, like areas where only like the only way able to sit there and get supplies is like through a railroad. Like that's how they actually get like their supplies, their foods and condiments and survival kits and stuff like that. Like not it is a hard it's a very hard life. And the thing is, Allison, it's not just physical. It's not just the work you have to sit there and do and Audra can play the piano. Really? When did she ever say that she can play the piano? Nobody says like everyone wants to spend their life trolling you. No, I think Dan. Let me tell you something. Okay, let me tell you something about Darby. Darby will sometimes will pick certain things that either I like or I don't, and he'll sit there and be like, "Well, I don't like this just because." And I don't even think he even believes that. He just likes to sit there. How can I, Caroline? Oh, the actors can't play. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yes, how can I, Caroline? People fly everywhere there you can to. Kristen is forgot. Kristen is a goddess. Get some glasses. I've seen goddesses. She ain't one of them. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like she's a good looking woman. Like I've seen goddesses. You know, goddesses in this damn child. She ain't one of them. She's a beautiful woman, but I I start talking crazy now. LaShawn said Britt told Jason that she didn't like his tattoo. That's correct. Yes. Kristen Demare is still on the show. She's played by a different actress now. Debbie says Kristen is the epitome of the word damn. Okay. You know what? Listen, beauty is in the eye to, is in the eye of the beholder. So I can't sit there and say you're wrong. I'm very curious about why the actor chose the tattoos. BT says Alaska has an 11 hours of day light in the summer. Oh hell no, 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 no. That's another thing that won't work for me. I'm sleeping and it's still daylight outside. Nah. I mean, there. Oh, get some glasses, nerd. That is good. That's a good one. I like that. And 23 hours of dark and I mean, Allison. Here's the thing. There are certain communities. There are there are certain communities that that Oh, he is being nice, Tommy. He just huge tiger was good. But yeah, so LaShawn, she finally said something. Like she finally like told the truth and shit. So I mean, don't get me wrong, Allison. It sucks. It sucks for New Yorkers who have to wake up early in the morning. Mm, I doubt it. I mean, if he did, it'd just be like you do. But that's a little different though, Allison. Like where they live, where it's just like you know. Danny says, "I'm glad Mariah finally spilled it out." Yeah, I mean, granted, I don't know what's going on with the actress. Like, if the actress told, like she wanted to take a break or whatever. It's like this story is just stupid. Like, I mean, it's so bad, and it makes it worse because you can tell that Daniel and Tessa are getting close. And I feel like again, the one thing that they're doing is trying to kill off an LGBT couple. Like in all reality, I feel like that's what they're trying to do. And I'm like, you only have one. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've seen communities like that. I mean, I mean, like not every part of Alaska is like very isolated. Yeah, you get used to it, you know. But like the communities that they do have are very tight knit communities. Like you know each other, your kids know their kids and stuff like that. Like it's more of a simpler life in a sense. And I think that's another reason why some people move out there. It's like, yeah, it's cold and shit and everything like that, but like, the town really takes care of each other and stuff, you know? So like that's the trade off. I feel like the nanny will cheat Kyle with Holden. Well, technically they're not really together right now, so like I don't yeah, that's the thing Ron says last ad is high crime. Really? Danny says, yeah, Wino doesn't really want lesbian couple. They barely write for them. It's bad when they do. Yeah, no, here's the thing, Danny, and I've always said this about YNR. They'll do it for the brownie points. They'll do it to sit there and say, oh, we support the gay community. They don't support the gay community. They don't, you know? And they give those two a shit storyline. And then there's what's okay, Kevin is married to Chloe. They don't come across as husband and wife. They come across as girl and gay best friend. That is very correct, Allison D. And it always sits there and makes me wonder like how is that show still in the air? How is that show still in the air? That's my whole thing. Always sit there and wonder about that. I mean, I wonder about it with B&B, but and you have stuff like Beyond the Gates, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe, maybe those two shows aren't really that bad. Maybe those shows aren't that bad. Allison says this is why I could live in Midwest in the mid-sized city, but I need to be near the stores and restaurants I go to often. Yeah, you have a community that's big enough where if something happens, you can get help and stuff like that, but don't have to sit there and deal with the hustle and bustles of like big cities, You have the grocery store, everyone goes and everyone knows and stuff like that. Like it's just a different feeling, you know? It's just a different feeling. Rob says Weiner does a good writing for legacy characters. Allison says, and I agree with Beyond the Gates, it's just a bad soap with terrible ass friend. Yes, there you go. Yes. Allison says being more than 20 minutes from a target is too much. Yeah, I agree. Tommy says, do you think Claire will say we're on a break if she cheats with Kyle? I mean, I think that's the only thing you can do is sit there and be like, hey, listen, we weren't together. And it's not really cheating if you're on a break. That's the thing, though. Like, you say that if she cheats on Kyle, like, if they're on a break, then she's not technically cheating. She's just, well, she's just exercising her options. Danny says, why not still on the air? Because it's the old people show. Most of the cast is old and they only care about work. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Well, it's like Ty Treadway said when they did Soap Talk. He was like, CBS, specifically like Y&R, writes for an older generation. Danny says, I like Beyond the Gates. There's some bad things, but it got some good stuff. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I guess me, like, I just reached my breaking point where it's like the bad just outweighed the good. And the good was, honestly, to tell you the truth, it just seemed like it was just okay. Like, that's the problem. Is like, when the bad stuff is bad, it's really bad. And it makes the good stuff seems okay by comparison. So it was trash. Show is, I'm just going to sit there and say this again because apparently some people are getting pissed off. Maybe I need to sit there and do a video. I really want to piss some people off. Apparently, I pissed off some people tonight. I think so. I think so. Why not needs a little more action? You don't want to scare the old people, though, Danny. They don't do action. They do business, business. I mean, I do agree. It does need to be balanced out, but Tommy says Weiner is a good show. It's my favorite show. I like the show. I like Weiner. That's a good question. Let me ask, how long has The Young and the Restless been on? 52 years. 52 years Weiner has been on. Allison says all the characters do on the YNR is talk about something and it doesn't go nowhere. And Josh Griffin wrote, Feeling Like Live 1992, 1998 was so good. What happened to him? Burnt out. That is correct, Allison. I mean, and that's the truth. Um, sometimes sometimes your writing can suffer if you are just doing the same thing and your stuff starts to get stale and you're just kind of just pushing out stuff. It happens to the best of us, honestly. The sad thing is that I guess with Josh Griffin, either no one tried to sit there and tell him like his stuff was kind of getting a little stale, or he just had an ego and or just really sensitive. He didn't want to hear it. That's why some like writers and directors will jump around and write for other shows and stuff like that just to kind of like keep their mojo fresh. GH is the action show. GH is the action show. And Danny Bear, that comment is for you. And the funny thing is though, like Ron be writing some very interesting fan fiction for you, Danny. He has some crazy storylines for you, Danny Bear. I did feel like he was kind of. I can also see you flipping out on Ron too, if we're gonna be honest. Like Ron is funny, but like I feel like Ron was like I'm like, all right, Ron. Like, all right, Ron, you can calm down. The thing is, Allison, G's fumbles when they have to make G are fumble when they have a lot of character. G's fumbles when they have a lot of characters. No, Ron. No, Ron. Ron Beeson that they're writing fan fiction. You're writing your fan fiction. Johnson says Josh Griffin was the head writer on Days at one point and helped turn the show around when it was near decline. Wow. But you gotta sit there and wonder, Jonathan, like I said, like what happened? Did he just get burnt out? Did his stuff start to become stale? Did stuff start happening in his personal life? I mean, these are the things that you guys sit there and ask yourself when you start looking at somebody's work and you're like, your writing sucks or your writing isn't good, but then you're just like, why? Like, what happened? You have days to return to Y&R. Hmm. I mean, there's things that need to be improved on Y&R. There's things that need to be improved on Y&R. I would say. I don't know, man. I don't think it's terrible to the point it's like, oh my god, this is unwatchable. Johnson says Josh Griffin was honestly better for days. And we got Ron. Ron was good. I know it was very weird. Like Dish and Dave just not there talking about Ron leaving, and it was I don't know. I watching them talk about him leaving and be like, "Thank you for everything that you did," and this, that, and the third. It just felt very weird watching them. Like it felt very PR, like you know. And granted, I don't know them, so they could have been sitting there just telling the truth, or you know. I just remember that part that has some minutes or whatever. Allison says, "Does anyone like Jason's tattoos?" I mean, we know that Britt Westbourne don't like it, but it's weird for me because it takes to getting. I like the tattoos, but like it, it's still going to take a bit to get used to, you know. And even the tattoos, even when Jason explained that he got the tattoos or whatever, it didn't really make any sense. Like Jason's character just does not seem like he would just get random tattoos. That's something else, and I think that's another reason why it's taken me a minute to get used. Because I don't think the tattoos are bad. I just think that for Jason Morgan, just to be like, oh, I just want to get tattoos, and she was like, well, why'd you get? It? He was like, I just felt like there was a reason for it, or something like that. Like he didn't even really explain like why. He just like in a damn car payment. Yeah, it's just like it didn't. The funny thing is, Danny, I remember Carly Smith there looking at the tattoos, and she asked like, "Why did you get the tattoos or whatever?" And he says some sort of offhand comment that really didn't make a lot of sense. And I'm trying to find it, but I just remember him making an offhand comment and being like, "Now, before I close out this sermon, I close out this stream." And I'm probably gonna sit there and do this tomorrow too if I can find a goddamn clip. Okay, I'm gonna close out this stream a little bit differently. Should actors have tattoos if they want to? I mean, they may or may not get accepted in certain roles, but that's on them. I'm gonna close it out a little bit different.
Somebody call 911. General Hospital Captain's at Hud Show. Whoa, they're gonna walk to stage and it's gonna be great at Hud Show. Whoa, somebody call 911. General Hospital Captain's at Hud Show.
And Sonny and Maurice Menard still seems stiff as fuck. He still seems stiff as hell. But anyway, I'm gonna end the stream here. I do want to thank everyone for joining tonight. It was a lot of fun as always. One side that Sonny is getting old man dancing. He was dancing like that. And what you call it? What is wrong with you, Kendall? Kendall Bell says Beyond the Gates is great. Not a damn thing is wrong with me. Why are you so offended for it? I think that's the question I need to ask you. Kendall, why are you so mad? Like, you don't even come in here and say, hey, how you doing or whatever. Just what's wrong with you? Not a fucking thing is wrong with me. I explained why I don't like Beyond the Gates for 2 hours and 7 minutes. Man, the second out of my goddamn stream asked me what's wrong with me. Nah, bro, sis, what's wrong with you? Oh shit, that's awesome. I got like seriously. I got two Allisons up in here now. I have Allison D and Allison S. That's awesome. That is awesome. Wow. Yes, you have a great night. Have a great night, Allison D. Have a great night, Allison S. Have a night. Have a great night, Queen Janet. Have a great night, Queen Jess. Oh yeah, Blackman, you're already gone. Johnson says, "Do you think Tony will screw Gabby over in the end?" He said an ominous comment. I think he said something along the lines of, "You will get exactly what you deserve," or something like that. Because Gabby was like, "Hey, listen, you're not reneging on that deal. Like, we got a contract. Of course, you can have a contract with Victor Newman, and it doesn't mean shit. So who the hell knows?" But yes, I'm gonna end the stream here. I do want to thank everyone for joining. Fun as always. Harvey is trolling, bro. I thought Ron. Listen, I guess Darby wants to sit there and take over Ron's job as far as being a troll. No, no, no. I mean, DC. Ooh, maybe BC. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soap Topic. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, everyone, and hit the like button. There we go. Good night, everyone, and hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button. Make sure you share some of these videos that are coming out, some of the reviews and stuff. That really does help the algorithm and me and the algorithm, and so hey, I guess you trying to be DC's assistant when it comes to trolling. Have a good night, Tamara. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good night, Darby, and everybody else. You know who you are, and I will see you in the next stream.